Compassionate narcissism. Now, this doesn't mean that they've suddenly developed empathy and they've become more loving and caring and compassionate and kind about things. This means they're going to get involved with things to make them look like they're loving and kind and compassionate. When it comes to narcissistic people in general, the personality traits that define a narcissist, and there are 9 of them, however, the crucial ones where you're going to want to try and avoid these kinds of people, those who lack the empathy of others, those willing to exploit other people, those that feel entitled to do as they please, those who are envious of others, those who are arrogant enough to believe they are always right. There's also the grandiosity and preoccupied with themselves. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, they have those traits that make up the disorder itself or the personality. However, how that personality manifests varies from narcissist to narcissist, or even if they're not on the disorder spectrum, just have high levels of narcissistic behaviour. These vary between them due to their preferences, due to the illusion that they're selling to those around them. Their personality make their personal reality, and they try to make their personal reality to what will benefit them, to what will make them look good. So you can have a narcissistic person and they might have some antisocial traits. However, if they want to come across as the hard guy, the hard girl, the person not to be messed with, they can seemingly get away with their behaviour in more overt ways. You can have a grandiose narcissist that's going to come across as the know-it-all, and they seem to be a bit more arrogant and can get away with their behaviour. You can have the fragile narcissist who's going to be the eternal victim in the reality they're creating. And then you can have the somatic narcissist who's all about the looks, and the cerebral who's all about their intellect. It all depends on the illusion that the narcissist is trying to sell to those around them, and how the narcissist is going about gaining the admiration and the attention that they believe they are entitled to. So then you can have a compassionate narcissist who wants to prioritize public acknowledgement rather than the actual cause. They're not interested in the cause in any way, shape or form. They often don't have the actual knowledge about the cause. They're not willing to learn anymore or to study. They've made up their minds and they're arrogant enough to believe they're right. They will go all out to talk over people who try to say anything against them. Not people who are narcissistic, who are just simply attacking them. People who are looking for a healthy debate. You can't have a healthy debate with narcissistic people. They don't answer questions. They tell you how you should think, how you should feel. They're not interested in the other person's side or the other person's point of view. Often they will be very sympathetic towards the suffering of the cause that they've got involved in, yet they're not interested in the suffering of the other party. But they spin it, they twist it constantly. Every time you try and point out their behaviour, they accuse the other party of being the one who's behaving in that manner. So it becomes a bit tit for tat with them, which is why you're best off just ignoring them, because narcissistic people hate being ignored. When they're not getting the attention they believe they're entitled to, this criticises them. They get offended. They might up their games and slip up. You're best off supporting those who are being attacked by the narcissist, helping those through, leaving the narcissist to show their true colours for themselves. They will happily rock up at large scale publicised events because they're not doing it out of the goodness of their own hearts. They're doing it purely for the attention. They are more interested in the headlines they can make than the actual genuine cause. They're not interested in getting their hands dirty. They're not interested in educating themselves. They're not interested in putting their hands up and going, actually, technically, yeah, now I've got new information. I was wrong about that. They're not interested in admitting fault. They're interested in everyone going along with what they say. And if people don't go along with what they say, they will go all out to attack the other people in some way, to get other people to look poorly on those who dare to stand up against them. And then they feel smug that those people get attacked. Well, you brought it on yourself, purely because you didn't just go along with them and agree with them. It shows their lack of empathy. Because you don't agree with them, they then believe it's okay for them or other people to attack you. They're all about the self-promotion. They're not even interested in the cause that they have got involved in. They're just interested in looking like they care about a cause. They usually just get in the way. They will have minimal self-sacrifice to help with the cause. So they'll not go and get their hands dirty. They'll be the one who's benefiting in some way. They are incredibly defensive and dismissive to any form of criticism. And anyone who does criticise them, they take this as a personal attack because they believe you personally attacked them. And they will go all out to ruin you, to ruin your career, to ruin your friendships, to ruin your reputation, to ruin your character, to make out that you're the one who is in the wrong because they believe everyone should think like them. They will turn some of the most simplest things into a competition because they want to win, and they want to win at all costs to you and to those around you. Again, rather than actually having a healthy debate, because we can all have a difference of opinion. We can all have learned different parts of history. We can all have put our own perspective on things. We can also just not have the information, so they can have a go at you for staying silent and not coming forward and supporting them. And you can think, well, I'm not supporting because I don't have the information. But then they accuse you of being in the wrong. And because it's not a cause you're passionate about, you might have another cause that you're passionate about. They then claim that you're the one who doesn't care because you're not willing to take the time, because the compassionate narcissist cause is the only cause that is in the world and all others are irrelevant. So you should support them. And if you don't support them, they get offended by this and they seek to find ways to attack you. They will go on and on and on about their own personal sacrifices because they're looking for that attention. Yet they usually sacrifice very little. They're very good at playing the martyr to gain the attention they believe they're entitled to. And they often lack interest in a long-term goal. They're interested in winning. They're interested in getting one over on someone. They're interested in controlling the narrative. They're interested in being proven right. If you ask a compassionate narcissist about a cause that they've got themselves involved in, what is your end goal? They rarely have one. And if they do have an end goal, it's usually to the detriment of somebody else. Somebody else is going to have some form of downfall. Someone else is going to suffer. Someone else is going to get punished, because they're all about that revenge. They're all about getting one over on someone, hurting someone, while gaining the admiration and the attention, because they also care about the situation. There's plenty of people who can have a very strong belief about something and can speak up about their belief because they care. And they might not have the full information. However, they don't go all out to ruin it for other people. A narcissistic person will, because if you don't agree with them, then you're against them. And they will send out their enablers and flying monkeys to come and attack you so that they can keep their hands clean. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have a couple of books out on Amazon: 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, and a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse. I shall link those into the description also if you'd like to go and check them out. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.